Here we have Meghan Markle strategically cutting everybody out of the photo. Nobody wants to be Markled. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, Leilani of Barbados. I would like to cover a few topics of Meghan and Harry this week. It's not been a great week for them. And then at the end, we're going to have a little beauty contest where we will rate certain contestants, let's say. Okay, but let's start off with Meghan and Harry because it was Meghan's birthday after all, and she chose to restock her wine on her birthday. I mean to say, do you have product selling or not? How can you have this huge build-up? Oh, now you have to wait for my birthday, she's saying, to get the wine. This was the saddest birthday picture I've ever seen. Here is Meghan blowing out candles. Everyone is hidden. Nobody wants to be part of her pictures. Not even Harry's in the picture. And by the way, speaking of the wine and marketing, this box wine, cheap wine thing that she's doing, if ever there was a time for her to grift and market it, it would be in this photo. She has empty wine glasses here. Why wouldn't she put the bottle of wine next to the cake? Big time influencers like Logan Paul made sure to feature his drink Prime at the delivery of his daughter. But that's how it's done. If you want to be cringe all the way and sell your products. It makes you wonder, is this wine really for sale? Is anyone really buying it? Inquiring minds want to know. The caption is, blowing out the candles on a beautiful 24 hours and thanking my husband.
Where? Who?
Friends and family for making it so special. To those of you I don't know, but who send love every day, thank you so much. Please know I feel it and appreciate it. And just to get a little foodie on you, this dinner last night at Funke LA with the culinary mastery of Evan Funke doesn't look like a psychopath at all. And his team, because everyone has to have a team, you know, is in the top 5 meals of my life. No one cares and no one asked what you think of food. You know absolutely nothing about culinary arts. Extraordinary, she says. Thank you for a standout dining experience. That just tells me that she has been sponsored. She got a free meal off of Evan Funke and Funke LA.
As you told everybody here, we'll continue to dine out on that probably every single night.
And if she's not copying somebody, she's not doing it well. Speaking of copying somebody, you have Pamela Anderson shuts down Meghan Sussex copycat rumors with one word. I don't know who is calling her Meghan Sussex at this point, but it's just very funny.
On a scale from 1 to 10, how much of a ripoff did you feel like With Love Meghan was of your show, Pamela's Cooking with Love? There were articles saying that these two shows were very...
So you see there that Pamela Anderson is very surprised. Like, she genuinely looks like she has no idea that Meghan Markle even exists in this world.
Similar.
1. I didn't.
You did not, on a scale from 1 to 10, on 1.
No,
you did not see any similarities.
No, I didn't really look, but I mean,
yeah.
I didn't invent cooking shows.
She didn't look, really, at anything that Meghan has put out. And she goes on to say that she didn't invent cooking shows, so it is what it is. But she really has no idea.
Yes.
So, I mean,
yes.
She's just doing her thing.
Another topic of this week is the beach scene. Girl, this beach scene was so crazy. The commentators. Okay, so Meghan and Harry apparently took Archie and a little Butterface to go and learn surfing. Harry is there. Here's the beach scene and the photos taken because you know Meghan has to sell the photos over to TMZ or Backgrid. Now, there has been so many conspiracy theories about this beach event. Anywhere from it was a green screen that the people were photoshopped in, any people you see, and that they were never there, or that they might have been there, but at different times. That's another theory that is going on. All could be true. None could be true. The case is that there was a surf lesson because the school did put out this video of the surf lesson there, and that is supposed to be Archie rolling around in the sand. And the fact that this slipped through Meghan Markle's fingers means that she was part of it. As usual, because remember, she's been silent since July 4th. There has been nothing about her since July 4th, except that she wants to promote this wine and it's her birthday. And at the same time, Harry is having a lovely family time in the beautiful California with the mountains and the beaches and the deserts and all of it that it is. And that might be because somebody asked King Charles this.
Morning.
So you're working incredibly hard.
Bring back Harry, please.
Please. Can you bring him back, sir? Who? Harry, your son. Thank you, sir.
So some elf or troll in the crowd is like, "Can you bring Harry back, sir?" Said no one ever in real life. I love that his reaction was like, "Who?" And your son, Harry.
Who? Harry, your son. Thank you, sir.
But in all seriousness, I do think that King Charles and Prince Harry will reconcile on a superficial level. Not that he's going to bring him back to England. There's no way that Harry could be brought back to England. But on some surface level, they might reconcile, okay, my dad, my son, whatever. But the reason why Harry will never return to the UK is because of Meghan. And it's not because Meghan's afraid. She should be afraid anywhere she goes. She's done crazy things. She's behaved very badly and got herself involved in a lot of lies on people. And a lot of people are upset with her for that reason. So whether she's in the States or any Commonwealth country, okay, or any England or anything, she would have the same level of fear because of what she's done. The reason why she cannot return to the UK is because she cannot grift there. There is nobody in the UK that will give her a Netflix show, a Lemonada show, a Spotify show. Nobody in the UK would give her the money. And unlike in the United States, nobody's going to give Harry the money either. Harry did spare, and he slandered everybody. And Meghan has never herself come out and said what racist thing was said, who said it, and when did they say it. She's never elaborated on that. She's only used Harry to do it, make money from that. Use Omid Scobie to do it, make money from that. Although I don't know if he's lost a lot of money because the Dutch people were trying to sue him for lying about King Charles and Princess Catherine being racist. So I don't know what's going on with his money for that or their money from that. But the point is that Meghan has never had the balls. Everybody that she has worked with has paid her to come out and say bad things about the royal family. And she's never had the balls to do it. She's only used these little snide remarks and snark comments here and there, but she's never really said what they paid her to do. They paid her to come out and say her story. And instead of that, she's just said, I just wish everyone would tell the truth. How about you tell the truth? Everyone has paid you to tell the truth. Everyone gave you podcasts and all these things to tell Meghan your story. But you don't have the balls to do it. Isn't that funny? She wanted to be so big and bad. Why doesn't she do it? In America, they will pay her to do it. Or at least I think they've given up now because Netflix has come to its senses and said, cut our losses with her and canceled any further contracts with her. And she's trying to pretend that she has some new ideas that are in the works or whatever. But until we see it, we don't believe it. But Meghan will never get paid in the UK to talk this shite. Yeah. So there's that. But anyway, speaking of King Charles. Okay, so in my last video, I spoke about Diana and King Charles's relationship and how it must have been stressful for Diana. And I read all of your comments and I saw that a lot of you were of the opinion that we don't know which came first, the chicken or the egg. In other words, did Charles cheat first or did Diana cheat first? Was Charles just in a friendship with Camilla and then, Diana cheated first? Did Charles really just want to marry Camilla but he couldn't and so he continued a romantic relationship with her and then Diana cheated after that? There was a lot of controversy about it and I didn't expect that because, to be honest with you, I have always had this fantastical view of Princess Diana in her wedding cake dress, as we call it, and her beautiful royal wedding. I was too young to really appreciate all of the other scandals that were happening at the time until the prodigal son, Prince Harry, for his own selfish benefit, came out and spoke about her. Prince Harry addresses James Hewitt rumors during testimony in tabloid court case. Prince Harry's court proceedings, particularly his phone hacking case against news group newspapers, have brought to light the ongoing issue of tabloid intrusion into his and his late mother, Princess Diana's personal lives. Harry's lawyer should have asked him, do you want to, I have to think about it in not Bajan terms. We were saying, Barbara, skin out your mother. Are you going to talk about your mother's indiscretions? Because that will help you win. And Harry should have said, absolutely not. I will not speak about my mother in order to get sympathy and win this court case. Let her indiscretions and her personal relationships and liaisons with men, stay quiet. It's her legacy. I don't want to disrespect my mother. Instead, he said, nope, if I'm going to win, I'll throw my own mother under the bus. On the other hand, everyone knew about Camilla. The cufflinks that she gave him on his wedding to match her bracelet. Oh, and the fact that she wore white to his wedding. I mean, are you crazy, girl? It's giving, I think this is my wedding, so I'm just going to stand up in white in the background. And you can see here, King Charles is actually looking at Camilla while he's walking down the aisle with his bride in white. It's just too much. But anyway, we ignore all of that and we say, let us focus on Princess Diana's male companionship and why she might have needed it. And that's where we get into the beauty contest. Now we are going to rate these male companions on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 being the most suitable or likable contestant and 1 being the least. So get your pen and paper handy. I, as an ex-husband, Miss Barbados beauty queen, have judged a lot of beauty pageants. We never like to give people either a 10 or a 1 because those extreme scores are usually thrown out. So if you really like a contestant, you want to go with an 8 or 9. And if you really don't like them, you want to go with a 2, you know? Just a little hint as to how scoring works. Contestant number 1. In 1985, we will start with Barry Manicky. Barry Manicky is a bodyguard. He is an East Ender. Once he was caught with Princess Diana, he was transferred to another part of the world or country or whatever. I was reading that Barry Manicky is a very wide-shouldered, athletic kind of guy. What I'm seeing here is giving... It's giving 5. I'm going to give him a 5. Contestant number 2, James Hewitt, the aforementioned in Harry's court case. James Hewitt entered Diana's life in 1986. He played polo with Charles. It is said that she got with James Hewitt due to her rejection from her husband, and James Hewitt was a cavalry officer. They were so enthralled with each other that they even picked out a future country home. James Hewitt also played with Prince Harry and Prince William, and once they found out about him, they posted him to Germany in 1989. I'm gonna give him a 4. I'm sorry. Not into it. Contestant number 3, James Gilby. Wow, must have been confusing with the James and the James back to back, right? James Gilby is the heir to a gin alcohol company. He was famous for the Squiddygate conversation. Squiddygate refers to the scandal surrounding the leak of secretly recorded telephone conversations between Princess Diana and her close friend James Gilby. The recordings made in 1989 were published by the British tabloid The Sun on August 23, 1992. The conversations revealed a romantic relationship between Diana and Gilby, causing significant embarrassment and raising questions about privacy breaches. And these are some of the transcripts from the Squiddygate infamous conversation, if you care to read through those. James and Diana spent New Year's Eve together in 1989. In 1994, James Gilby let Diana down by contributing to a book. The book was called Princess in Love, but Diana denied the affair in 1995 in a Panorama interview. James Gilby to me looks a lot like Barry Manicky, so I'm going to give the same score. 5. Contestant number 4, Oliver Hoare. Very unfortunate surname. He is in 1993 to 1994. Now, he was an art dealer. He was married to a rich French lady. They were friends of Charles's, and they provided some kind of marriage counseling for Princess Diana and Prince Charles at the time when they were having a rough patch. Now, allegedly, Princess Diana went to great lengths to hang out with Oliver Hoare. She snuck him in through the trunk of cars. She jumped over balconies to rendezvous with him, girl. And it was probably because he was married. It was a little bit more difficult to hang out with him. But she kind of went a little bit crazy because she prank called him like millions of times. Those calls were traced back to her mobile phone, but then she also used public phones to prank call him. The News of the World broke the story, The Royal Phone Pest. Diana initially denied making the calls and then later told Bashir, that old troll, that she called a few times, but certainly not in an obsessive manner. Okay, the relationship ended. So let's rate him. The fact that he's married, he loses points for that, but I like his look. I think he's a good looking man. He's an art dealer. He has style. I'm going to give him a 7, you know. Contestant number 5, Hasnat Khan. This is September 1995. Hasnat Khan is a 36-year-old British Pakistani heart surgeon. He is very rotund and he likes his greasy food and packs of cigarettes. However, according to Morton, some writer guy, Diana described him as drop-dead gorgeous. Diana met Hasnat at a hospital because she was visiting her friend who was a patient of Dr. Khan. She got very obsessed with him as a doctor. She really wanted to shadow him, so she did shadow him in the hospital. She thought that the two of them together could make a difference in the world, him being this great surgeon and her wanting to help people in hospitals all over the world. And they even talked about having children together. Specifically, Diana said she wanted girl children. Diana saw herself as the male version of him. The relationship really didn't work out because Dr. Khan did not want to have a public life marriage. He thought dating Diana and marrying Diana would have caused him so much scrutiny, and it just wasn't the life for him. He just wanted a quiet life. And we will give Hasnat Khan a 9. I'm going to give him a 9. He's a single, hardworking doctor with hazel eyes. I like that. Moving on to the final contestant you all know so well, Dodi Al-Fayed. This is in 1997, the same year that Dr. Khan's relationship with Diana ended. Contestant number 6, the one we know all too well, Dodi Al-Fayed. A lot of these relationships are back-to-back, which is something I didn't really expect to see. It was quite stunning to me, but it really just shows that Diana was looking for love. Anyway, Dodi Al-Fayed does not have a job. His father owns Harrods, and it meant that he had a lot of money and a lot of time on his hands. His father really liked the idea that his son, who did really nothing else with his life, was tied to the likes of Princess Diana. So he really encouraged the relationship and probably opened up the purse strings for Dodi to give Diana everything she wanted and more. And you know, they were photographed on the yacht together and all of that. The relationship only ended because of the car accident in the tunnel in Paris. Diana's stepmother, Rain Spencer, recalled one of the reasons Diana fell in love with him was because he was such a sweet, thoughtful person and he thought about her all the time. This, she told me a few weeks before she died. She said to me, "I'm so happy. At last there is somebody who thinks about me." What should we give Dodi? I mean, there's a lot of sentimental feelings when you think of Dodi Al-Fayed because he was with Diana at the end, but they were really only together for a year. Yeah, he's a good-looking guy. I'll give him an 8. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. I have picked, choose, and refused. And the results are Barry Manicky gets a 5, James Hewitt gets a 4, James Gilby gets a 5, Oliver Hoare, unfortunate last name, I just have to keep saying it, 7, Hasnat Khan, the doctor, gets a 9, Dodi Al-Fayed gets an 8. The winner of this beauty contest, Leilani of Barbados, Princess Diana Beauty Contest, is Dr. Hasnat Khan. And the first runner-up is Dodi Al-Fayed. Coming in at second runner-up is Oliver Hoare. Those are your top 3. Dr. Hasnat Khan, here is your scepter, and here is your crown, if I can get it off my head. I think a lot of beauty queens struggle with this. They don't want to give up the crown. Here you are, Dr. Khan. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching me. Please like this video if you did like it. We just had a little bit of fun today. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And yeah, put down in the comments what you think. Remember to put your scores in the comments. Just tell me who you think should have won this and we can talk about it. Okay? Love you. Bye.
Bye.